This is my positive birth story. So I'm officially 8 days postpartum. So last week I was sleeping and my water broke. It was like just like the movies for me. It was like a big whoosh of liquid and I was like, holy shit, did I just pee my pants? And I got up and went to the bathroom and I'm like, oh no, this is the real thing. Something is happening. So I woke my husband. I looked at the little sheet and it was like, you can wait and labor at home until your contractions are like 3 to 5 minutes apart, because I did have a bit of cramping. So I was like debating on it and I'm like, well, you know what? I'm just going to go to the hospital. And if they send me back, they send me back. And thank goodness I went. So when I got there, they checked me, hooked me up to the machines. They basically just checked if it was actually amniotic fluid, like my water did actually break. And it definitely did. And thankfully I wore a diaper to the hospital. So they could see the contractions on the screen with like the monitors. And they're like, oh yeah, like they're really, like they're definitely at least 3 minutes apart. And I'm like, oh, okay. Sure enough, I was 6 centimeters already. I thought I was gonna be like 1, 2, maybe. So they were like, you definitely should not leave the hospital and we'll get your labor room ready. I'm like, okay, I'll just like walk around for a bit. So we went to the Starbucks downstairs and I was walking around like maybe for like 15 minutes. And then they started getting, I would say, really strong, where like even like the tops of my legs hurt. But I just like really breathed very, very slowly through them. And I just like visualized like a downward breath motion, like while I was breathing. And I was like, guys, we need to go back upstairs because I think that she's coming soon. So I go back upstairs. They put me in an exam room because the labor room like wasn't ready yet. And I got on like a little like yoga ball and I was just bouncing around, breathing through the contractions. They were definitely a lot closer together at this point. They did an exam and then I was 8 centimeters. And so they're like, okay, we need to get you into a labor room now. So they got me into the labor room very quickly. It was a very nice room at North York General. I was like really impressed. They had this bathtub that I would have loved to use. We did not have time for that. So when I got to the room, I just again sat on the yoga ball. And I found that very helpful, like really comforting while I was going through the contractions. I didn't get a epidural or any pain medication, which it was like really nice not being hooked up to like an IV or anything like that. And then I just felt like the urge, like I couldn't even control it, but my body was just like pushing her out. And so the nurse like said to me, she's like, if you feel like you need to push, like just like let us know. And I'm like, oh yes, like we need to push. So I pushed for about like 45-ish minutes and the pushing did not hurt. Like I would say like when you're actually pushing with the contractions, like you don't feel the pain from the contractions anymore. Or I didn't, at least. Like it actually like felt good to push, but it was really hard. Like I think the hardest part was actually like the pushing part. It wasn't like the pain part of the contractions for me personally. Because damn, it's a lot. It was a lot of work. Like that's where labor gets its name from. Like I was sweating. And then yeah, after about 45 minutes, she came out. And that was like the best moment in the world when they put her on my chest. It was like such a whirl of emotions, like the most beautiful thing ever in the world. So in total, my labor was 5 hours, and that was my very first baby. I really think it's from all of the exercise that I did beforehand. Like she was just in a really, really good position. Like she has been for months. Like in my 3rd trimester, like I get a lot of ultrasounds, or I got a lot of ultrasounds because I had gestational diabetes, and they were always like, her positioning is amazing. She's like super low. And I did F45 like 4 or 5 times a week my entire pregnancy, and I just feel like that really helped. Like I felt like I was like training to give birth, if that makes sense. And just I would walk a lot, also for the diabetes, because it would help my blood sugar, and I wasn't on the insulin, so I needed to make sure that I was like, my life died, but always walking. The nurse was like, this is your first baby, you need to come ASAP with your second one because they're gonna slide out.
Wow. That's one of the most positive story I've heard about birth. Like, I don't have any children, and that it's like all the scary stories is all you hear. So I'm glad to hear some positive stories out there. What about you? Was your birth story complicated? Was it good like this? Is it safe? I know statistics, like that's all I'm looking at. What are you looking at? How did you like this story? Put it in the comment section below.